Welcome back, everyone, to another Onward VRML cast. I'm your host, TheSkyJoker, and today we are bringing you a very special game, the return and comeback of the one and only SMC Tactical, former top 5, top 10, mostly top 5 team, coming back and returning in Season 11. Going up against a new and fresh team, POUTINE. Wow, just what a game we're about to witness. I mean, I gotta wonder, what is SMC Tactical gonna bring to the table, coming back fresh after a whole season of rust, of not playing, or rusty buildup? What are we gonna see here? Will they be able to compete at the same level that they left at? We're going to have to wait and find out in the coming weeks, starting in the bronze tier with POUTINE. Going off of that, let's take a quick look at the bans here. So, home team SMC Tactical, they're coming out and banning probably one of the most popular bans, I would say. They're coming out and banning Downfall. And POUTINE is answering back with the ban. See here, did it? Yep, with the ban of Snow Peak. So, we're getting rid of the long range, which is a little disappointing. But at the same time, it opens up a lot of possibilities. A lot of close range, a lot of aggro aggression, especially with the first map that we're coming out and playing with. As you should have seen at the very beginning, we are starting off on Subway, which is a definite favorite among many, especially amongst my current team. We definitely do enjoy the, I would say, the syncing, the teamwork, the close quarters, the clearing of spaces. It's definitely a fun one to do. And if you can master this map, I mean, you can just tear through some teams. If there are any issues with the audio, please let me know. I have done some recent reworkings of all the volumes and stuff, so please let me know. In fact, there might be an issue right now. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that worked out. All right, so if I sounded bad before, I should sound okay now. Apologies if I did spell bad or sound bad before. Welcome everyone who is showing up here to witness the greatness that is about to take place. The casting could not be made possible without all you viewers, as well as all of our beautiful sponsors that you see in the top right as they cycle through all those nice logos and the advertisements that you see in the intermissions. For anybody new to Onward, this is a 5v5 tactical first-person shooter in the virtual reality environment. It is, I would say, the best first-person shooter on the VR market currently. It is, at least the game mode that we play here, called Uplink, is comparable to a search and destroy style, where I'll go ahead and hop into gameplay, just make this a little bit easier. So the goal is for the blue team on the top left, the MARSOC attacking team, to get to this satellite uplink here, which we're not going to get too close to as it is a little bit loud. They need to get to that objective and type in a 7-digit code that is randomly generated every round. On the other side, we have the Volk team, which is a kind of brown, orangey, maroon color. The defending team, they must keep MARSOC from doing that. They must take down all of them in, well, not necessarily in a designated time. MARSOC have a set time to get to the objective and type in that code. If the defense manages to keep them off the objective for the allotted time, they will also take a point. If the cap comes out or the objective is captured, the code is typed in, Marsoc will gain 2 points from that. And that is the basic rundown of Onward. Taking a look at the roster we have so far, we only have 4 players on each team right now, so still waiting on them to completely fill up. On the side of SMC Tactical, so far we have Shenanigans, one of our fellow casters, Trip, Edna Jordan, and Destroyer 141, who I believe is actually a reservist. He's not an official roster member. On the side of Alpha Poutine, we have Caesar, Deuce-Steak, Rajwell, and Johnny Mayhem. Again, still only 4 out of 5 members of each team. Go ahead and hop back into the scoreboard while we wait for them to show up. I mean, wow. What a match this is going to be. And even the upcoming matches. Again, SMC Tactical coming out of a season-long hiatus. A former top 5 team making their comeback. What predictions do y'all have for this? I mean, anything in chat. What do the viewers see happening here? I mean, maybe they take on Alpha Poutine. Maybe it's easy for them. This is just a slicing some butter. Or maybe there's an upset. Maybe the rust is a little thicker than they expect. We'll just have to find out. And if they do take on Alpha and they do come out on top, where do they go from there? Will they get back to their former glory? We'll just have to wait and see. Gonna go ahead and check in and make sure we are still on track with everything. Oh, wait. Again, we are starting on Subway with this bottom basement objective here. I would say one of the most Volk-sided objectives on the map, as Marsoc have to clear the most amount of real estate, I would say, in order to get to the objective. They have to clear the top, they have to get to the bottom, they have to go through a lot of funnels, being the 2 stairwells and the tunnels. Just a lot of areas that are prone to people grouping up in the attack. So very dangerous. Very difficult. And the defense can hole up kind of on the far bottom and really just wait out the round for quite a while. On the flip side, though, doing that gives the attackers a lot of real estate, a lot of opportunity to kind of post up, stage up, as they might say, and get coordinated and synced in and attack from a lot of different entry points. So I guess it could be argued both ways. However, once you get into that basement, I mean, it's just so much openness. But it is one of the tougher objectives to attack. What I'm hoping for is, one, the new objective, the South Stairs objective. And then on the flip side, of course, everyone's favorite, the North Stairs objective. That one is always enjoyable to watch the attack for. The different things you can do. And still waiting on the 5th players. Oh, we do have a 5th on the side of SMC Tactical, Ghost of Lou. I believe that is what they are intending that to say. And now just waiting on the 5th for Alpha Poutine. And at the chat over here, again, thank you all for showing up and sharing this historic moment with each other. This is going to be great. And again, any issues, please let me know. Just tag me in the chat. I will see the highlight and it will get my attention. Hopefully I don't have to throw us in an intermission and they get this started relatively quickly. I'm taking a look at some previous statistics from SMC Tactical. Let's see. Of course, they might not necessarily be relevant anymore, as again, they're just coming back from a whole season of a break. So who knows what changes they might have made, how different they may act. I mean, this could be a very different team now. All right, so the fifth player is taking a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw us in a quick intermission, but don't go too far as the action could come at any minute. Be ready for it. All right, looks like we are hopping in to a 4v4 for the first round, as the fifth did not arrive, so they went ahead and dropped the reservist and doing a 4v4 main roster on the side of SMC Tactical. Again, first match back after a full season of being down. Is he actually... He's actually singing High School Musical. Oh my goodness. All right, so the Trip Shenanigans duo clearing out the overpass here. Shenanigans with the flashlight. Oh my god. Doing his best to... Or Shenanigans and Trip doing their best to clear out this mid-platform. But it looks like the full defense have opted to stay in the lower basement. So that's going to open up a lot of real estate, like I was talking about earlier, for the offense to just kind of stage up, get in positions. They've done actually a really good job at splitting up. They are actually attacking all 4 entrances, or 4 out of 5 actually, as the tunnel is one. 4 out of 5 entrances, the north-south stairs, plus both horseshoe stairs. They have almost perfectly executed that in sync and catching these angles at the same time. I expect SMC Tactical has shaken off a lot of the rust that they've gathered. Taking a look at this defense here. Looks like they're heavily focused on ensuring the stairs are covered from the rail carts. A pretty common setup here. Relatively meta. Inside the rails, looking up to the stairs. We've got another one in the tunnels. No C4, though, interestingly enough. However, none of the attackers have gone through the tunnels. So this guy is gonna need to be ready to react on the firefight that's going to take place closer to the objective.
They're close by. I can hear them.
Ghost making a little bit of noise, giving Johnny Mayhem a little bit of warning that he's there. For SMC using the first minute and a half to age up here and just prepare for the onslaught. Edna Jordan about to challenge Dew. Might catch him, and he does.
This one in the downstairs.
He manages to catch Dew Steak while he crouches across, only downing him, though, is Resbull. A nice defensive smoke. Gonna allow the opportunity for a cross and a revive. Revive comes out. Edna Jordan misses the confirm.
I think there's two of them down there still.
He went left.
Nade comes out. Nice flashbang. Might have caught and sees.
It'll blind you.
Now the staging is commencing.
Bad flash, bad flash.
Oh my gosh.
I got you.
Bad flash as it bounces off. Doesn't quite make it as far down as Trip wanted it to.
Okay, Lou. What time we got?
2:16.
This way.
2 minutes.
Lou.
Minutes gets called out. Plenty of time for them to make some rotations. Looks like they're actually going to go tunnels. Means they might run into Raj, who's actually backed off of his old position here. Shenanigans now going to post up on the south stairs. Yep, there they go down the tunnels. Gonna run into Raj here. Again, a common position on the stairs. And the trade! Bringing this to a 3v3. Unfortunately, Ghost doesn't know that it was a trade. Now Shenanigans makes his move as Johnny's distracted, and he manages to catch Johnny in the side. Down to 2 defenders left on the objective. Edna making her way down the north side of the stairs. Focused on Ghost. Edna about to run into Caesar's line here. She crouches right under, and the trade comes out. Now down to just Do versus 2 SMC Tactical. But Shenanigan, just with the nice peek, manages to catch Do around the corner. SMC taking the first point of map 1. Wow. And there you have it, folks. SMC shaking off the rust, getting the gears going as they perform excellent timing here. I mean, that's what Subway is all about. It's all about timing. It's all about staying in sync, and it's all about eating fresh. And they have done all 3 in this first round. Wow. I'm excited to see how far SMC Tactical managed to take these skills back into coming season 11. I mean, this is a former top 5 team. You expect these sort of things. They took the long break, but they're bringing it back home. Now, how are they going to defend this objective? Are they going to stay as constrained as Alpha Poutine, or are they going to be a little bit more antsy, aggressive, and are they going to push out a bit more? We're going to have to wait and find out. Now, Alpha Poutine, they're starting to realize what they're up against here. After that first round, they've got to be back intent like, okay, this is what we're facing. We had an idea, we had a thought, but now we've actually got around with it, and now we need to figure something out. It wasn't a blowout. It was Alpha Poutine did a solid job at keeping the trades up. They were in good positions. They definitely didn't just get stopped. So they know they can challenge them. They still have the confidence. It's just a matter of, can they lock it down enough to get the attack going? This is SMC's map pick, so you would expect them to be comfortable on it. I'm not sure about Alpha Poutine's statistics on this map. I actually think they've only played 1 league match. No, they played a few. Okay. So they played a few. They've played Subway twice, and they actually lost it. Both times, it looks like. Yes. So, again, they're probably not feeling too comfortable, but for a team that's not that comfortable, they had, again, some solid positions getting thrown out. So, you never know. I'm also, let's see. So, on their stats, so they actually haven't won a game yet. However, their best map, I guess it is a tie between Quarantine Day and Subway. So looking back here, they might go with picking Quarantine. Yes. So the last 2 matches they have played, they have picked Quarantine both times. So I suspect that that's what we're going to... Oh, actually, no. Was it banned? No, it was not. Okay. So yeah, we might actually see a semi-long-ranged fight on Quarantine, being more... It's a long or large map. However, it is mostly medium and short-range battles. So we could see that coming into round 2. And then round 3, we could see a custom map. I mean, with both of them open, who knows where SMC will take this? Maybe even cargo, knowing how aggressive they like to be. It looks like the reservist on SMC has returned, so maybe there's a possibility of the 5th on the side of Alpha Poutine joining back. Just waiting on that still. I'm afraid to throw it into an intermission again, because last time I did that, they started almost immediately into that 4v4. And that's another thing. They did a really good job in the 4v4 of splitting out on this map on the side of SMC. Very good use of resources, even when limited. All right, looks like we're still waiting here. I'm going to go ahead and possibly throw this back to an intermission if it doesn't get cleared up shortly. Anybody, after seeing the first round, are there any prediction changes? Is there anybody who was maybe like, nah, I think SMC's still going to have to rust. I think they're going to have a bit of a think trying to readapt to the playstyle? Any changes of opinions? I mean, that was a solid first round. I've got to give it to him. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw this into a quick intermission while we wait. But again, don't go far because it could get started at any moment. See y'all soon. And sure enough, as soon as I went back into the intermission, their 5th managed to make their way in for round number 2. Yogi Berra coming in. Also, notice the typo in Destroyer's name. Destroyer 141. All right, so taking a look at the Alpha Poutine's offense, they seem a little discombobulated. Whoops. A negligent discharge, almost ending in a TK. As they were all bunched up in the stairs, got to be careful of that. Go ahead and take a look at the defensive positions here. Shenanigans with a dangerous little sliver of a peak here around the box. But he is prone, so if somebody manages to rush around the side, he's going to have a hard time reacting quickly to it. But I assume he has a C4. Yes, there it is. The C4 strat coming out. Going to try and funnel him right into that corner there. The other parts of the map, but we can't leave as this is going to come out quick, and Shenanigans manages to catch one. Beautiful C4 play there. And he rounds the corner and catches another 2. Three-piece for shenanigans. Wow. Down to just two more members of the offense here. About to run right into Trip here. Rajwell making aggressive push. He's not ready for Trip's position as he pokes out and catches it.
North stairs, that's -4.
Down to just Yogi Berra. Alpha Poutine having a hard time dealing with these defensive positions here. Edna in a nice prone under the bridge there across the rail cart. Ooh, a smoke gonna grab her attention a little bit. Maybe like a little bit of a bait. Looks like as he rotates further south to the other exit of Horseshoe. The 1v5, 4 minutes on the clock. And a drop mag. Oh, Trip's actually getting aggressive here, pushing the previous position that Yogi Berra has. He's actually going to catch him right in the back. Unless Yogi Berra hears and reacts quick enough. But he's not. Trip's going to catch him right in the back with a nice solid flank, giving SMC the next point. Wow. Beautiful execution of defense there for the home team. The rust is just almost not there. At least for this level of play, they are holding it up. And now we're in the 5v5, which changes the dynamic a little. It allows for more variety in what you can do. You don't feel like you have to stay back as much. And Trip was not afraid to push out and go for the aggressive kill. He knew that there was only one left. He had the kill count. And he was confident in the last player's decision. And he knew that staying in North Stairs wouldn't really be helpful anyways. If there was only one person and he's in Horseshoe, he might as well just push out and be useful. Solid communication. And solid change in... or solid rotation, I should say. But we are now moving to a different objective. A newer objective might work in favor of Alpha Poutine, as, you know, SMC being a more veteran team used to the veteran objectives. This being a newer objective, you know, Alpha Poutine might have a little bit more practice on it. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to go ahead and hop in gameplay view to kind of showcase this objective here. Again, south... or next to the south stairs, the one that I actually wanted to see, or one of them I wanted to see. Pretty easy to get capped on if you think about it, because if the attackers gain control of this alleyway, either of these two corners are cappable. And you have to fully expose yourself to go check those. So for a coordinated team, very cappable. As we hop into round number 3 here.
Wait, where'd it go?
Okay.
Oh, you took it. Oh.
Can you carry this smoke for me?
No, I'll carry it. Where are we at? We're in North.
Do
Oh.
that.
Here, I'll take it. Give me it.
Little trading around of utility here as they prepare for the push. Edna Jordan gonna be the one to spearhead the assault in the north. He's getting very aggressive here, just rushing around these corners. Gonna run into Raj, who gets me stuck in a wall. SMC very close together. Dangerous for any C4 or grenades. And they're not fully watching their flank here. If Raj were to peek out, this could be a couple kills and a trade. Oh, yeah, they are definitely not going to be ready for Raj's position. Raj just needs to peek out right now while the pre-fire's coming out. And he manages to catch one while Do manages to down shenanigans as well down here on the other side. Quickly down to a 3v5. Again, Alpha Poutine doing a great job in their defensive positions, shutting down these attacks. Dude's going to peek out again, and Trip,
-1 tunnels. We lost both.
dutifully holding that angle, manages to catch him. But if Raj continues on this flank and they don't react to it,
Another one.
Trip picking up another.
Healing.
Raj could find the back of both Trip and Edna. Looks like he's going to continue on the flank. Trip not ready for it. And he finds the back of Trip.
-1.
Edna getting aggressive here on the objective, though. Oh, I get caught in the sign. We're going to go ahead and take a look at her push. She shoots at Johnny, misses him, then catches another, catches C. She is now on objective. This could be a cap if Raj doesn't rush back to the objective now that things are now evened up in the 1v1. Raj appears to know exactly where Edna is. 3.5 on the clock. Bit of a stalemate here. Raj knows he has the objective cover. Edna's just waiting for the last defender to rotate back. Oh, and she goes for a rotation to get the peek, but Raj comes out on top. Alpha Poutine takes their first point on Subway. Wow. They did it. They contested SMC Tactical, and they took a point from them. Again, as I touched up before the round started, maybe it has to do with it being a new objective. Maybe they just had a better understanding of where they can get and what lines they can hold. Maybe SMC didn't fully understand what lines they had to check. I think part of it might have also been the delay in spawn where they were trading utility. I think gave Raj a little bit extra time to get all the way down the stairs and in his ambush position, where he was able to do a lot of damage from taking down Destroyer and Trip in the back, and then picking up another from the far angle. Those were very, very key pickups and positions, again, that they might not have necessarily been able to get to if SMC was faster out of their spawn. We're going to go ahead and hop into the gameplay view to showcase the leaderboard. Again, these numbers going to be counting up throughout this series, throughout these maps. Always nice to see the progress. And there's the countdown into the next round, folks, as we hop in to round number 4.
Yes.
Let's see how Alpha Poutine opts to attack this objective now. SMC played it very quickly, slow out of spawn, but after that, they were very aggressive into the various angles, the pre-fires. Wonder what kind of defense we're going to see out of them. Rajwell pushing out here. Gonna end up running into a very aggressive Edna if she stays pushed out like this. And pre-fire Trip finding one in an aggressive push. See if we can get to him quickly. He manages to get the confirm shots. Now gonna challenge Stake. Well, I don't think that flash would have caught him. Dude just waiting for them to get aggressive. He finds one, but doesn't find the other Trip with a good refrag. Down to just 3 attackers now who are all in the tunnels, except for C's. all by his lonesome, gonna have to challenge Edna on the south stairs. If he continues making this much noise, Edna will be aware of his approach. Rajwell and Yogi duoing it up these stairs here. Trip, well aware of the possibility of this approach. Now C's proning his way up to the south stairs, making sure he can catch anybody's feet if they're stuck up there. He's actually going to hold this angle. As I say that, he pushes up, though. If Edna opts to rotate back to the objective, she could get caught in the back here. Trying to keep our attention on both angles. She's going to peek it. Sees, I don't think we'll be ready for somebody that close as he's focused on the top of the stairs. Looks like C's is well aware of the possibility of Edna being here. Oh, man, they're all so close to each other. Oh, they definitely heard Trip's call out there. Oh, man. Shots ring out onto Trip. Oh, man, we keep having to go back and forth here. Trip is now stuck in his position, but C's manages to catch Edna Jordan. And now they manage to catch Trip, too. Now down to just Destroyer and Shenanigans. Destroyer just waiting for C's to make the push on these south stairs. Alpha Poutine doing a really good job at syncing up here and taking down the outward defense. Oh, the shots back and forth here, not quite connecting. Destroyer with all the ammo in the world. But if he's not careful, he'll get caught in the side by Yogi and Raj if Shenanigans isn't watching his back. As I say that, he peeks it, but then tucks back in. And here we go. Might catch a side Destroyer coming up right here, and they do. Down to just one defender. Oh, but the C4 catches two of them. Again, evening things up to a 1v1 Shenanigans with the high ground. Well aware of where the last attacker is. Wow. Oh, and the trade comes out. But SMC comes out on top there with the third point of map number 1. Wow. Alpha Poutine showing up and doing work. These rounds are just so close. That could have been anybody's. As we now move in to the next objective. Unfortunately, not the North Stairs objective. We are going to the Market objective, which I think is really going to play in the favor of SMC Tactical, as this is a very surroundable objective. You can, as we saw in the first round, they have the coordination and they have the timing, and that's what this objective is all about. Getting everybody in the 3 entrances to the objective at relatively the same time, getting the utility out, and getting the pushes in sync. And I think that's where SMC is going to thrive. The question is, can Alpha Poutine come together and react accordingly to being attacked from different positions, from different angles at the same time? Can they keep their cool and maintain calm in a situation like that? Because that's what's going to happen on this objective. More than likely, we could see a full team push from one entrance, but I don't think that's likely. And there's the round timer. We don't have to wait too much longer to find out exactly how SMC Tactical is going to play this, because we're hopping into the gameplay view of round number 5.
Okay. Ah, je sais pas, je vais camper ici, moi. Yes.
We could split, yeah.
Push aggressive.
Yeah,
No,
let's do
but
that.
then
Let's do it. Let's do
Straight
it.
and
Let's
right.
do
Hey,
it.
we gotta be careful about a rusher hitting the alley.
Are they about to do exactly what I said will probably not happen? Because that's what it looks like as a full team push. Nope, they are doing a bit of a split off, but they catch a seize up completely unprepared for this aggression. Oh, Rodwell ready for the peak, though, as Trip manages to pick up Dew. Evening things up. Actually, no, down to a 5v3. Only one SMC Tactical has been picked up. Oh, Rodwell trying to pick off another. Doesn't quite find it. The grenade a little bit too far off to the side. Doesn't find its mark. Trip and Ghost on objective market, though. Trip going for one. Raj picking up one. Trip finding one. Yogi finding another. And Trip is on objective now. This is an open objective. Yogi does not have proper coverage, but Trip is going to go for the kill and the trade comes out. And Raj finds the last one. Wow. That happened so fast. And Alpha Poutine comes out on top. Wow. As I predicted, which did not happen, or I should say, as I attempted to predict, we thought we would see some tactical, methodical, in-sync teamwork, but instead, we got the good old push in the face tactic instead. And it looked like it was gonna work. It had spunk. But unfortunately, the trades and just the... I think the lack of true preparation for the defense positions that they were going to run into caught them out. And they lost people early that they shouldn't have. And I think they were just a little too bunched up for what they were doing. Alpha Poutine doing a great job keeping their cool, like I touched up on. And they just held their angles. They held their positions. They held the objective. And they did their jobs. And they came out on top. But now they have the task of attacking the objective that they just defended. And that's going to be tough. We'll see how they deal with it here in round number 6 of map 1. Drum mags being passed out. Oh, two SA-80 users. Plenty of drum mags to go around.
Yeah, you'll be safe. You're safe.
That'll be an interesting C4 to see later. Take a quick look at the map as the split comes out. 1 going horseshoe/overpass, 2 going through the bottom tunnels, and 2 going north stairs. 2 north stairs about to have to deal with Destroyer here. And then the 2 in the tunnel is going to have to deal with both Ghost and Trip, who's ready to pop out. If we can... He's singing Nickelback. He is. Oh, and Raj manages to catch Ghost, opening up a nice approach there, but Destroyer shutting down the north approach at the same time. Trip gonna have to react to this and stop singing Nickelback. He is ready with the C4. He goes for the peak, almost getting punished for it.
Tunnel, end of the tunnel exit.
Destroyer finding another, completely shutting down the north approach. But the grenade comes out right next to the C4, but not quite high enough to actually take it down.
Still one over here by me.
Some nice suppression from Do. Shenanigans finding a C4. Kill on C's through the horseshoe, down to just 2v4 now. Raj doing a really good job at holding close, but Trip manages to catch him with the C4 and then manages to catch Do in the back. SMC come out on top of map 1. Wow, what a first map. Kudos to Alpha Poutine showing up to do the damage on SMC. I don't know if SMC was fully prepared for Alpha Poutine to contest them, especially on their own map. So I'm really curious. Alpha Poutine now picking map, possibly Quarantine. Will they do even better at contesting them on a map that they're comfortable on? We're gonna find out. As you could hear from the music, our predictions were correct. We're hopping into a quarantine. And you know, I've heard rumors that there is a possibility of a certain SMC player using an RPG. I don't know. Isn't confirmed. Just a possibility, just a rumor. But we might see it. And if we do, that would be amazing. One of those things you just don't see in league matches. Especially from these tier of players, specifically SMC. So if we do see it, again, fantastic that would be. Well, let's take a quick minute to talk about the map that we're going into, Quarantine. Something I've touched up in some previous casts. How do you prepare for a map like this? It's got, what, 12 objectives? 12 possible objectives that you have to attack and defend? How do you plan for that many variables on one map? It's just so much. Do you group objectives together? Well, a lot of these are in the south, so a lot of these will take very similar positions. So any south objective, these are positions with maybe 1 or 2 differences. Or do you have specific positions for specific objectives? I mean, there's just so many different ways you could take it. It's just so hard to prepare for. So many different strategies that you have to, again, prepare. But we only have to prepare for this objective for these next 2 rounds. We're going to go ahead and hop into the gameplay. We're looking at one of the old objectives, the garage objective. As we hop in to round number 1 here. Alpha Poutine on the attack, as this was their map pick, being the away team on map number 2. Oh my goodness. There it is, folks. All bright and shiny from the one and only Shenanigans, pulling the Shenanigans with the RPG. This is going to be interesting, guys. And it looks like he is going for the South Hospital roof. A great place for an RPG. On the side of the attackers, we have a 3 or a 2-1-2 split. One going through the North Road, 2 in the South Dunes, and 1 in the far north. And as far as the defense, we have a bit of a crescent coverage, almost like a force field. Basically, the attempt here is to deny access from that corner or to that corner of the map. We're probably going to be splitting our attention quite a bit here with these large splits from the attack.
Probably must be running around behind roof then.
The shots come out from the dunes onto the south rooftop, not quite finding anybody. Destroyer returning fire. Shenanigans just ready with the RPG, but he doesn't quite make the shots, and the trade comes out. Trip and do stake. Unfortunately, Shenanigans now down to just a pistol here. He's going to have to get aggressive, which he does. Going up into the south, going to challenge Raj. Straight up in the face-to-face, but he's actually going to find Johnny in the back, maybe. Oh, he peeks it, but doesn't find him. Ghost now getting aggressive straight onto Johnny's position. A very aggressive defense here. They are not holding their angles. But Ghost and Johnny just dancing around each other. Shenanigans getting aggressive. Ghost finding one. Right in the center there, shutting down the center push. Destroyer just suppressing Yogi while Shenanigans pushes up with the pistol. Oh, he actually doesn't have a pistol. He picked up an enemy's weapon. Down to just seize up. Apologies for the discombobulated camera work there. I fat-fingered a few buttons, so we missed a couple of the action calls. He's up, now alone against 4 defenders. A very aggressive defense. Once they... It's almost like a shock and awe. As soon as they identified the positions of the attackers, they all just rushed them. They had a couple Overwatch positions providing suppression and overall coverage. But other than that, they just rushed right in there. Can be very hard for Alpha Poutine to come back from that sort of hit, especially on their map pick. Wow, a great pickup from Seize Up, but unfortunately was not ready for the push out of Ghost with a nice refrag. Go and see if the replays are working from that. They are a little bit off, as I suspected. But it is playing. As we go ahead and give SMC their much-deserved first point on map number 2. Again, a very shock and awe kind of defense. I don't think Alpha Poutine was prepared for those push-outs. They fully expected SMC to just hold their angles, and that is not what they are about. With that in mind, how does Alpha now choose to defend? Again, losing the first round on their map pick, gonna be hard to come back from, especially against a team like Tactical. Same objective. Just switching sides. And how does SMC attack this? I mean, we saw on the last, or one of the last rounds of Subway, Wake aggression into a single point or mostly single point. Do they get that aggressive on quarantine? They did on defense. Do they decide, it worked the first round, let's do it again? We're going to have to find out.
Hey, fun fact. If you look at the boss fight fan art, Lego 203 is shooting a dildo. Just FYI. Fun fact of the night.
Do I need to reset?
Fun facts with Trip, everyone. Looks like we have a 4-1 split, possibly splitting up into more as they come up with these, as we come up to these streets, but it looks like they're staying relatively together here.
Do it. Watch south.
And SMC showing their experienced veteran knowledge here on where they need to watch at what times, what crosses they can make. Dusting off the rust here. Yogi taking shots onto the north roof. Not quite finding its mark, though. Destroyer now well aware of that position. Yogi did a really good job at just shooting and rotating, though. He is going to double peek this doorway. A dangerous decision. He can't know if Destroyer is still watching that doorway. He's actually got 2 other members of SMC looking for him at the same time. I gotta wonder if Trips 203 is gonna find Yogi through the windows as he makes his way across here. Shoots the M203 through those windows, if he's accurate enough. That would be a solid pickup, and it's actually gonna open up the south approach here, as the only other person to deal with is Johnny way back on objective. If he manages to take down Yogi, that will give him a solid foothold. It looks like they are doing or pushing mostly in the north. I believe if they manage to take Burning, that would be a solid foothold as well for them to link up and attack the objective. And I think that's what they are going for currently with these positions. North roof will probably rotate into the plane wreckage and eventually make their way more central. I'd imagine maybe Shenanigans rotates all the way west and gets to the back of the plane. But Trip is in a solid position for this M203 shot if he's aware of Yogi's position. Got his hand on it. He's definitely prepared for the opportunity. Oh, he's going to see it. And he gets him. A solid pickup. Only downed, so he can give the call-outs, but that, again, opens up a nice foothold possibility in the South Hospital. Gotta wonder, are they going to be ready for Seize Up position? Not a common position. Is relatively meta, I would say. New meta, but not old meta. Shenanigans definitely not checking it right now. He is looking for more common positions. Oh, he might actually get caught in the side right here by Raj. Quickly has to duck down and hide. Seize Up now looking for the shots, giving away his position. The offense has made their way to Burning now. They have it controlled. Ghost coming in with Edna Jordan. Shenanigans is basically trapped. He has no idea how many angles are watching him. He knows a couple of them, but not all. And he's kind of stuck here with no rotation possibilities if he doesn't have any smoke. Smoke would be key here. Edna Jordan doing her due diligence at clearing out center Burning. Now has a great position to keep an eye on gas station. Seize Up, finding Destroyer here. A solid peek out. And Edna Jordan, again, finding Johnny Mayhem near the objective. The objective is now open. If there were any attackers nearby, this would be a cap. It looks like Trip is going to be the one to contest this. He is pushing the objective as Edna Jordan with a nice lookout position manages to pick up another. But Trip is actually not going to go for the objective. He's actually going to go for the confirm. And then he's going to now have Overwatch right onto Raj's position. Down to just one defender. Going to get caught in the back by Shenanigans with an M40 bolt action rifle.
Shooting him.
SMC picking up another point. Wow. That was solid work from SMC. They managed to take the footholds, the nice M203 down, taking down their Overwatch. And then they pushed in, again, showing that they can play both very aggressively, yet very tactically at the same time. They are not afraid to try either play styles. Looks like we are moving objective to another one of the 1,000 objectives that we can possibly have here. Another old objective here. Go ahead and hop into the gameplay view. The tank objective now.
I don't like it though.
What you got?
Shenanigans, you could come north with me.
Okay,
And,
yeah, let's take over the roof. We'll do that.
I got a drum.
There you go. Yeah. You want it?
I wish people would sing when I gave them drum mags. We're off to the races. Raj going by his lonesome in this 2-2-1 split here. I wonder if SMC gets as aggressive as they did in their last defensive round. It looks like the offense is actually ready for an aggressive push. They've all kind of grabbed early angles and are just waiting now. Will Johnny be ready for this, though? 3 members of the defense in the north. The call-out should be coming out here as Johnny continues his flank to the back of Trip and Shenanigans. He could easily find 2 defenders. This could be a great upset right here in a key moment in the map. Oh, wow. They managed to shut down the full north. Trip, unfortunately, teleporting away from danger. Down to just a 2v4 now. The objective is open. There's nobody watching the objective. Destroyer kind of watching the cross. But now, no, he's not watching cross anymore. This objective is wide open. They've completely left it. Where is Trip? Trip is all the way in the north. He is very quickly crashing to the objective. He's realized the mistake here, and he is not going to allow this cap to come out. And the shots to finish off Trip. Alpha Poutine. Wow. Taking their first point on map number 2. Solid work from the bronze team. Again, did a great job at adapting to the defense that SMC is throwing out. They got to their angles. They watched across map lines and they just held and they waited because they knew SMC was going to go to them. Now, considering they've caught on to this, does SMC change what they're doing? Or do they keep doing it? Because they know that they could get away with it. We're going to have to wait and see. Now SMC is on the offense once again. Will they pick apart Alpha Poutine's defense as well as Alpha Poutine picked apart theirs? I suspect Alpha will be a little bit more condensed They're going to be more angle hungry, and they're going to stay on the objective. SMC is going to have to dig them out as we hop in to round number 4 here. Last round, what was almost a cap.
Down the cubby hole.
Super. Alright, I'm gonna go towards impact. Anybody else gonna go north? You going north? Roof? You going north?
It looks like SMC kind of is one of those. We'll go into the round and figure out what we're going to do then. They're very quick to the action team, as we see pretty commonly in the higher tiers. He's up, taking the same position Destroyer did in the previous round. Very common spot to hold Shenanigans and Edna, just waiting for somebody to poke their head out here. Yogi Bear is actually getting very aggressive over here in the north. Shots from Seize Up, still trying to defend this objective. Yogi finding one. Shutting down, again, that north approach. Now down to just a more central and southern approach. Ghost managing to pick up one. And the flashbang comes out, and the push. Shenanigans going straight for the hole. Seize Up has no backup. And the trade. Right on objective. Seize Up only downed. Down to a 2v3. Ghost over here in the South Dunes. Take a look at Destroyer getting an overwatch position with the 4x sniper. The defense still holding their angles. We actually have a very pushed out defender here in the far west behind Destroyer. Yogi Bear also pushed out. Destroyer is basically stuck here. If he opts to move out here, but Ghost is actually on objective capping. The defense has completely left the objective. What? The defense not aware that you could cap from the inside. Do not holding it properly. SMC with the cap. Securing the series on map number 2. Wow. What great rounds coming out here from SMC. They are proving, again, the rust is thin. They've shaken it off, and they are here to win. They are here to be back in their old ranking, and they're ready for it. Now, how much of this is just playing a bronze team and that they can get away with more stuff? We'll have to wait and see in future games in the coming weeks as they climb the ranks, if they're going to be able to get away with some of the things that they got away with here. I think they're going to get punished a lot more for their more loose style as they climb up. Alpha Poutine not quite at a level to exploit those types of decisions. They did a couple of times. They got some points. But SMC just had the skills to make up for the kind of lackluster decisions they brought out. And I, again, gotta wonder, how well is that gonna hold up as they climb in the coming weeks? We're just waiting on a map 3 decision. It is SMC Tactical's decision. It looks like they are clearing out the lobby, possibly going to a custom. So we could see sand or shipyard. Not everybody has left yet, so I'm going to wait to see if more people clear out, just to make sure that that is actually what is happening. Oh. This is interesting. So we are going to a custom map. Oh, but it's not the custom map that we expected. No, we are not going to neither sand or shipyard. It's actually a map that I'm going to have to download really quick. So both teams have agreed to play a map. Again, this is in the rules where both teams agree you can play a map that is not in the map pool. And in this case, that is what's happening. We are going in Paradise. Wow. This is going to be interesting. I have played this map a couple of times during that custom maps tourney that we did a while back. But I have not casted it. So this is going to be interesting. I am personally a pretty big fan of this map. I hope it gets rotated into the pool for the large map. How does everyone in chat feel about this map? What are y'all's opinions on it? And I personally enjoy this map. To some degree. I think there's definitely a lot of angles to cover. For sure. Actually, this is not the map I was thinking of. I was thinking of Oasis. Okay, so this is a little bit different. I was thinking of Oasis. That is the map that I hope makes it into the large map pool. This map is a little bit like it. It's like a small piece of Oasis, it almost feels like. I'm not a huge fan of the multi-levels with the windows that you can peek off. I feel like every corner you turn, there's like 20 different windows you have to check. But other than that, I mean, it has good potential. But yeah, I was definitely thinking of Oasis in my original comments. As we hop into round number 1 here, I gotta wonder how much experience do these teams have on this map? I don't even think SMC Tactical participated in the custom maps tournament that had this map in it. I'm sure they've played it in pub lobbies, same with Alpha Poutine, but at a competitive level, it really hasn't been played by either team, I don't think. So this will be interesting. Ghost of Loon sees up right on top of each other. As the rest of the offense continues to push to the north side of the objective, which isn't covered. I'm wondering if there's a back door into this. These up finding shenanigans, making a dangerous cross here. There is a back entrance. Johnny is kind of holding it, but is he going to be ready for 2 members of SMC to push these? The offense closing in here and evening things up to a 4v4. They are all coming in from this northwest position. This is going to be an aggressive push towards the objective. Destroyer checking the code, making sure he's got it memorized. Going to find Johnny and an aggressive push. Now challenging objective. And there's no other defender here. This is an open objective. If Destroyer manages to catch his code and get past this window that Raj is watching, this is a cap. Oh, he dances around the bullets. And he is on the tablet. He is on the wall typing in the code. There are no defenders that can catch this. Trip also tablet out, but not quite quick enough. Destroyer getting that tablet or getting that code punched in. An excellent first round for the home team. Wow. SMC showing their apparent experience with this map as they did a hard push towards the northwest corner and then just fully aggroed the objective building. And the defense were well prepared for the street approaches, but they just weren't ready for such a heavy attack from the backside of the objective. They definitely left that pretty wide open, and they left themselves no way to rotate or react to it. And I think that hurt them quite a bit. Looks like both teams are... Oh, as I say that, we are hearing the round start timer as we hop in to round number 2 of map 3 again. A new custom map, not technically in the pool, but was agreed on to be played by both teams. Again, the last minute calls of positions coming out of SMC. Take a look at the full map here as the defense spreads around like ants, and the offense taking their time to split up in their relative fire groups. Looks like they're taking the opposite approach that SMC did. They are splitting up and going to take multiple angles here across the map. I think we're going to have to keep a close eye on Ghost here, who has a nice overwatching position of multiple crosses. As I say that, he picks up one from the far end. Johnny now alone in this push after Dewstate gets taken down from the top of the blue building. SMC's tactical again doing a great job at holding the corners of the objective. Down to just 2 attackers now. And if there was an angle that they wanted to come from, it is this one. As you can see, most of the arrows from the defense pointing the other direction. As I say that, though, it looks like Shenanigans has adjusted just a little bit. But it looks like the approach that SMC did in the previous round is actually the strongest approach for Alpha to take this round. Half of the defense having been pushed out in far off angles, looking for a flank, not quite finding them. This could leave it open for Alpha Poutine to get a foothold. Again, in the back of the objective, just like SMC did previously. Just under 4 minutes left on the clock. They have the time to take while they clear out these angles and make sure their approach is solid. The defense should be aware of this now as the shots ring out. Oh, Trip trying for a flash and push. They've done a lot of it so far. Oh, Raj manages to get off one shot in the single shot. Not quite finding its mark. Yogi taking a more narrow approach here. He's not going to be in a good position for a refrag if needed, but the long nade not quite thrown far enough. Possibly cooked a little too long. Trip manages to shut down that approach. Down to just Yogi. And Edna cleans it up. SMC taking the 3rd point commandingly with 5 men up on the defense. You can definitely tell that SMC have played this map. They've done their homework on it, and there is a reason why they chose to play it. They're definitely enjoying it. And we are quickly hopping in to what could be the final round.
Oh, we didn't get it. No. You can still get a quick peek. You can still get a quick peek. Right here. I got it.
Southeast.
You got it right
This
here.
is the
They're at that
southeast.
fountain.
Yeah, this is the
They're at that
southeast.
fountain. Don't get in front of me.
Oh, over there? Okie dokie.
I have noticed that these windows are better than the last time I played it. Before, they were all kind of boards with little peaky angles and like little slits you can look out of so you could get shot and not know where. But the windows are now fully open. So I guess that does make me feel a little bit better about this map. As I fly by this door again, or this building. Again, used to be some small slits there. Trade coming out 4 to 4.5 now. Still resable. Take a quick look at the overhead here. The defense very spread out here. Gonna catch some unexpected attackers here as they've almost locked them in to their spawn area. Wow, Raj shutting down the possible revive here. Now Edna's gonna risk it. Oh my god, so many shots from different angles, keeping them from the revives. Oh no! Sees up, cleaning house in the corner over here. Down to just Ghost, the only one who managed to get out of that massacre. Four and a half minutes on the clock here for Ghost to be all by his lonesome. To circle the map here. If there was an approach that you had to choose, though, again, this is the one. This is the least guarded side of the map once again. But if you're Ghost, you have no information. There were no radio calls. You have no idea how many enemies are left, where they are at. You just heard a bunch of shots, and suddenly you're the last dot on your tablet. What do you do? How do you react in a situation like that? So quickly have you lost all of your teammates. Again, no information. He has to check everything. Again, this is the approach to take. If he manages to cycle around and sneak his way first across this street, this might be the only entry point. Getting across this street, and if he times it right, sneaks into this building. But from there, there's so many different things you'd have to deal with to get out onto this objective. I mean, it's a firing box. It's a kill box. All they gotta do is look down on you and shoot. And he's gonna have to get these picks as he just did there. At least one of them, he has to get picks before he can move up. He's gonna have to weaken their ability to get the high ground and shoot down on him. We're gonna follow in the first person perspective as it's a little bit difficult to maneuver myself up these ramps. We're gonna let him do it for us. You can see those outlines. This is what he's seeing. We can see the outlines like this in the caster view, but he cannot. Something to take note here. So he has no idea, again, where these defenders are, but he is gaining a little bit of information as he just pokes out, takes a few shots, pokes out again. This is the smart play. He needs these picks before he can make his final approach here. But the clock is ticking just under 2 minutes, but he exposes himself to seize. And Alpha Poutine successfully hold this objective, giving them their first point on map number 3. Wow. I mean, kudos again to Alpha showing up and giving it their all against this tier of a team. They have managed to take at least 1 point on every map, keeping it from a complete blowout. That right there is a success in of itself. As we, again, quickly hop into the next round. Round number 4.
I like playing Paradise. I want to keep going.
Trip, that is not meant out.
It's a lot of fun.
Alright, let's see if I see anybody on the peak on the... what do we call those? Parking garage? Is that what we call them?
Not quite sure what the callouts are. Again, highlighting the fact that this is a new map, not played too often. The offense still in their spawn.
Sank S. Let's go all 5 and at east.
They're going to do a full team push up the east side of the map. This could work in their favor. However, SMC is known for grabbing their angles and shutting down aggressive assaults. So, I don't know, but they could catch Ghost here all by his lonesome with no support. And down goes Ghost. Now gonna have to deal with shenanigans up in the red room with a bolt action, it sounds like. Yeah, 2x bolt action right there coming out. Take a quick look at how Johnny makes his approach. It looks like he's going to actually flank inward towards Shenanigans' position. Shots ringing out across the map, not quite finding their mark. Just some suppressive fire here. Johnny now danger close to both Shenanigans and Edna. Cross comes out, Shenanigans misses the shot. And the defense taking a few down now. Gonna bring this back into SMC's hand here. Into a 4v3. In the single shot versus the bolty. Neither of which can quite find their mark. And the offense make the cross that they wanted to make. Now going to have to inch their way down the north road here. Again, still trying to deal with Shenanigans. Going to slow down their attack just a little bit. We're going to catch up on Johnny's position now versus Edna. Johnny just waiting for Edna to peek out a little bit harder, but Destroyer manages to shut him down. Grenades almost finding Shenanigans, not quite on the mark. Down to a 2.5v4. Johnny only down, but gonna be a rough rotation if they want that revive. Again, Shenanigans versus the world here. As Edna comes in to support and Trip with another position to support. As he pushes out, shutting down the approach. Alpha Poutine getting shut down, and SMC coming out on top for the fourth winning point on map number 3 of the series. Wow. What a scoreline. 12-4, SMC taking all 3 maps. But nothing against Alpha Poutine. Again, they showed up to play, they showed up to fight, and fight they did against a team like SMC Tactical. And they managed to put a point on the board for every map. And a lot of those rounds could have gone either way. I mean, honestly, they had 1v1s, 2v2s, the trades. I mean, it was just so close. Minor decisions could have changed everything there. Again, anybody's game. But in the end, it came out to SMC Tactical on top. And did not disappoint in the action that we came here to witness. The plays, the solid teamwork. I can't wait to see where SMC goes from here. Again, do they make it back to their old throne? Or will they stay on the lower end for a little bit? We'll have to stay tuned and find out. But we're going to cut to the highlight reel. Hopefully it looks okay. And we're signing off. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to all the sponsors for making this possible. And we'll catch you all next time.